Watch Who.
Hello, and welcome to the To Watch Who podcast. I'm Mark.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm a Doctor Who fan.
And I'm new to Who.
Yes, and we are recording together. Out of lockdown. We are out of lockdown, everybody. Out of lockdown alert.
We're sort of out of lockdown.
Like, we're in the same room recording.
We're 2 meters apart.
And so the last time we did this was the Sensorites. That's how long ago it was.
I know. And we've ordered a takeaway.
And we've ordered takeaway, obviously, to celebrate. Burgers this time.
Very exciting.
Yeah, so it's good to be back. And we've just watched Galaxy 4 together.
Season 3, off with a bang.
Season 3, out of lockdown. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we can say out of lockdown. Can we? I mean, we're in Wales. It's all a bit different.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Well, we're seeing each other. We've formed a bubble.
Yeah.
We've formed a bubble to do this. That is our commitment to the podcast. We've bubbled and here we are.
And season 3. I'm still really pleased that we're doing this and we've got this far. And this is still fun to do and it's still a journey for both of us.
It's still happening.
It's still going on. When we started, I didn't even dream of Galaxy 4. But
Did you not? Did you not?
It seems such a long way away, starting off in season 1.
I know. I'm surprised how quick we've got through it.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Well, mainly because we're doing it once a week, because you were like, and they're going out once a week. And I was like, oh, really? So maybe.
Yeah, I suppose we are getting through. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Galaxy 4.
Yeah.
Let's just go straight in. I think I've said previously that I think season 3 is going to be a bit of a difficult one to get through because there's so many missing stories.
Yeah.
So we have, as I say, we have watched the official reconstruction of Galaxy 4, which is on the Aztecs Special Edition DVD. So it's slightly condensed. We've only got episode 3 that exists.
Yeah.
So the rest is the official reconstruction. And there's no telesnaps even. I was explaining to you earlier before we watched. I was like, right, there's no actual telesnaps for this one.
It was... no telesnaps. And there was a documentary thing you said.
Well, there was a clip. There was 7 minutes that was saved from episode 1. So they've put together sort of Photoshop, a bit of CGI from publicity photos.
The CGI.
Put it all together. So... I did say it's sort of like Marco Polo because you didn't have a great experience with Marco Polo.
Hated it.
So this was a little bit easier, I think. As I say, it was slightly cut down. So we've just done an hour's version of Galaxy 4.
I wonder if it's possible to have a planet so obviously conducive to life and yet without any.
Can we go out and see?
I enjoyed the format of it, actually. Okay, hang on. Yes, in terms of this kind of version of a telesnappy version, not complete, I enjoyed the format. I think it was the best way it could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Sorry, I just slightly went off because you're talking in front of me and I'm used to you on the screen. So I was actually looking into your face while you were talking and it just was weird. Sorry.
This is going to be one of those, isn't it? Mark will just get thrown by my face. Take that as you will.
Yeah, so I've not watched this one very much. So episode 3 was found in 2011.
Wow.
Relatively recently, one of the most recent finds that we've had.
9 years ago?
Yeah, not too long ago. And But my experience of Galaxy 4, sorry, we've just gone straight into that.
No, go for it.
So
our takeaway's on the way. We've got it.
Yeah, obviously we've got the soundtrack. We've got our lovely narrated soundtrack, which you never have tried, and you never will. But so I've got it here, which I got on CD in 2000, 20 years ago. This CD.
Wow, and it's signed
by Peter Purves, and this one he narrates this one, so he's like the Chumley Trottles. Trottles, you know what I mean?
I don't know what it does.
Okay. Let me start that
I think
again.
it glides.
He's like the Chumley glides across the set or whatever. So he's on narration duties for this one.
Who is he? Peter Purves?
Stephen, yeah.
Oh, okay. That's his name, the actor.
the
Okay.
actor,
I've got to get used to that.
Yeah. So this was the first time that I met Peter Purves.
Oh.
I've met him a couple of times. But yes, 20 years ago I met him. And it was in Barking.
Right.
And I used to go once a month. There was like a CD that came out, Big Finish CD, audio drama. And I used to go and they'd arrange some people from that, Doctor Who people to sign. And it was the Spectre of Lanyon Moore signing, for fans out there, if you're wondering. So they had a couple of people from that signing. But they did this thing. It was in this shop, right? So you bought the CD and then you could get your stuff signed for free. So they advertised that. Off I got my CD, and I remember I had my pocket money and got my, actually I wasn't that young, how young? Maybe 13 actually, and and
little Mark
so I got my CD. So I got my CD. But the thing is, they added Peter Purves signing the Galaxy 4 CD, which I didn't know anything about. So obviously he's on a table along. So I was like, oh, I've got to buy this now because he's there. I can't go in. So that's sort of like, I didn't intend to buy Galaxy 4. I was forced.
You were forced
to buy it because Peter Purves was there, and I couldn't not go because he was there with the other people. So so I had to buy it.
Your hand was behind your back.
Yeah.
You were forced.
Yeah, but I'm really glad. So he's great. He's really lovely to meet. He's he does some DVD commentaries. He's the best person at doing DVD commentaries. He moderates the Chase one because he's not in it that much, but he's on there. He's very TV aware because he does TV presenting and stuff as well. I always find when he talks at conventions and stuff, he's very aware of everything and talks sense. He just talks sense basically. Peter Purves talks sense.
Okay.
And so he's written to Mark, good luck in gold on my Galaxy 4.
Why
which
good
basically
luck?
Well, yeah, what else are you supposed to sign to a 13-year-old? I don't know what else. He's put to Mark, good luck, which Peter Purves saying good luck in gold is been anointed by God, basically.
Why? What did you say? What was your conversation for him to say good luck?
I don't know. He just put to Mark, good luck. I can't remember. I don't remember.
You're too starstruck.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck.
I know. I actually, to be honest, at the time, I did think that was a weird thing to say. Good luck. Is that a backhanded compliment? Good luck. See you later.
Maybe it's your age and exams.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
Good luck.
There we are. And I've met him a few other times since. Last time was in Cardiff, actually. Cardiff Comic Con.
Okay.
When I met William Russell. Imagine, right? Ian.
Was William Russell at Cardiff Comic Con?
Yeah, we've said this.
Have we?
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah. We had that conversation.
Hang on a minute. This changes a lot. If William Russell is at Cardiff Comic Con, I will go.
Yeah, we've said that. Yeah.
No, we've not.
We have. 100% we've said that already.
We have not said that.
Okay.
We have not. Because I've said I will go only to Cardiff Comic Con.
Yeah.
And you have said... Any people, Sarah will... You've never said that he was at Cardiff Comic Con.
Okay, well, he was. So imagine though, Ian, and then next to him is Stephen at the table there at Cardiff Comic Con. Ian and Stephen were right there in front of me, sitting next to each other.
I will faint if I see Ian. Dream.
So I've got a picture with
hang on, I've
Stephen
just realised this is where we've got to. I hope you're happy at that comment. I've just said that I will faint if I see someone from Doctor Who. Are you happy at that?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Well, it is Ian, so...
It's Ian, though.
It's Ian.
So Ian. Anyway.
Anyway, back to getting the CD. So I know this story from listening to the soundtrack, and I think it works quite well as a soundtrack. But there's no telesnaps, as I say. There's hardly any photos until this episode turned up in 2011. And just to add to that as well, so 2011, when that came out, it didn't get a release straight away. It was quite a while before it got added to this DVD. But they did a special showing with Peter Purves at Chapter in Cardiff,
way!
which is literally 30 seconds away from me.
Yeah.
And I got tickets, right? I didn't go, though.
What? Did you have flu?
No, I was at work... I can't remember what happened. It was when we finished at 5, and it was like 5:30 or 6 start.
No.
And something happened, and I couldn't get. And by the time I got from one end of town to the other, and I don't know, it was sort of a weird. I don't know. It wasn't. Like
I'm
now,
so sad for
now
you.
Going to event, I didn't really go to events and stuff very
Yeah.
much. So I thought, oh, it's just there. Actually, it's before I live near here as well. But now, of course, 100% I go. That's me. I booked the day off. I booked 2 days off to go to that. But back then, I was just like, oh, if I go, I go. I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't bothered. And it was it was like the public screening of this episode that had been found. And I don't know why I didn't go. I do not know why. I missed out.
Here's my theory, right? Because you've been a closet Doctor Who fan for so long. It's only since you started... He's laughing at me. It's only since you've been going to these conventions and sending me your weird pictures that we've actually talked about it more, because we've said you never talked about Doctor Who to me.
No.
So if you'd have said, like, when we worked together, oh, I've got an event, I've got, like, something booked, we'd have been like, oh, fuck off, go. Like, get going.
I don't know why. I just don't know why.
Like, we probably would have been like, oh, Mark, go. But, like, we'll deal with this, but you didn't.
I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh, I'm going to arrive late. There's no point.
It's going to have been something like line dancing overran, or...
I think it was more than that. Something was going on at work.
Or something needed to be set up. Something like that. It'll have been a setup thing. It'll guaranteed.
I would have had to stay to set something up. Yeah, it would have been that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I missed out seeing that. And then this reconstruction on this DVD, I've only watched a couple, maybe once before we've watched it together. But I don't know if I thought I was going to enjoy this more than I did. I thought there was more of a story to it. So
I got very confused, didn't I? But you had to, like, explain it. It was very, like, I think because it's the telesnaps as well, it is a bit harder you have to really listen to.
Well, yes, but also it's not like there's lots going on, but it's a lot of explanation. I mean, she does explain, this is what's happened, this is what's happened.
Marga.
And maybe because I've listened to the CD a bit, I do understand what the setup is. But yeah, if you're watching it for the first time with the telesnaps and just... It's the problem with the soundtracks, isn't it? There's moments where it's a slight blur of people and there's like, and you're like, actually, what? And it's not, you're never sure what's going on, which worries me going into the rest of the season, because we're going to get a lot of this. So,
because it started with her just being angry and almost like you were supposed to know, and then she explains it.
Yeah.
So she was like, well, we hate them. And I was like, who?
Yeah.
Who do we hate?
Yeah.
And there was sort of this expectation that you knew what was going on, because she was like, what's happening? I don't understand.
And I was just about to pause the DVD and be like, right, these are the Dravans, these are the Jumpers, but then she just went, we come from Drava. We are da-da-da.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I could have started with that.
This is a fight to the death for existence itself,
I see.
in which one of us will be obliterated.
Oh, as bad as that?
She was just like angry. And I was like, oh, I don't know what's happening at all. And even they seemed to know what was going on. I was very confused. So, and you've just got telesnaps. I was like, oh, I don't know what's going on. But, yeah, I don't know. I didn't hate it. For considering, okay, so in my head, and maybe I've just got to lose this, I'm not looking forward to this season because of what you've said. So I think I've got to lose that.
Well, yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said that, but I just want to prepare you for there will be a lot of telesnaps and soundtracks.
Yeah. And I think maybe in my head, I've sort of already got doubt.
So this is why we did this one, because there's bits of movement and there is clips rather than just the full episodes. We slightly cut down.
Yeah.
Which I think helped with the story.
Yeah. But it did go quick.
Well, I think it felt quite slow.
Oh, no, I didn't think so.
I think for a 4-part story, there's not much to it.
Yeah.
It's basically, isn't it, the Dravins, these women that you think look good, so they're going to be good, and then you've got the reals that are ugly, so you think they're going to be bad, but actually it's the other way around. That's the basic essence of this story.
If it had been the episodes, I think it would have been more painful, ironically, because of what you've just said. In this format, though, I thought it was fine.
It was okay.
An hour was fine. And I think the mix of the weird, not great CGI, it worked for what it was. Yeah. You know, like I didn't have much. I don't have a lot of grievance with it, considering. I'm not too angry.
Okay, that's good. And that's good. Yeah, it's a good start. It's a very basic story. It's such a basic story, and not many characters. If we just sort of go through, I've made a few notes. So they start off in the TARDIS. We've got our new team of Doctor, Vicky, and Stephen. Mm-hmm. Can I just flag up Clothes Watch a minute? Because I said, Stephen, if you think about it, he's a space pilot, right? Why is he wearing Barbara's turtleneck and Ian's cardigan? He must have just raided their wardrobe.
Well, he hasn't got a wardrobe yet, has he? He's not. When have they had time to cut his own clothes? Like Vicky.
I know.
You know, also, I think Barbara made the clothes last time because she was like knitting so, I mean, they haven't gone to a store yet, have they?
It's just a shame. It's just he's suddenly gone into 60s Ian clothes, basically.
Yeah, that
he's
upset
dressed
you.
as Ian, I think.
I didn't feel he was too Ian. Because Ian, in my head, Ian wears ties.
Okay, yeah, Ian wore the tie, but the cardigan, it was the cardigan that...
that upset you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Vicky looks all right in this, though.
Vicky looks good.
Finally,
Vicky's
Vicky looks good.
Yeah.
And so they're in the TARDIS. The Doctor, it's slightly... I don't know if you picked up, where he's like... He doesn't make sense. I don't know if this is a William Hartnell issue or not, where he's like, right, we need some well-deserved, undeserved rest for once. As if they like, oh, right, we might have a bit of a holiday.
Yeah.
And then when they want to go outside, he's like, don't be so stupid. This is a scientific expedition. And it's not a dick move for this season.
Yeah.
I don't want any dick moves in this season, but it's just it just doesn't make sense. I don't know if that's William Hartnell just getting it wrong, or it's just a weird, like, he's like, right, let's have a rest. No, this is a scientific expedition. It was just like, what's he talking about? I didn't pick up on it because I think that's at the beginning, you're just getting used to the telestamps.
Yeah, I think I'm not great with the telestamps. We've established I need to like slow into it. So it took me a while to adjust. So I didn't pick up on it. I was just adjusting to the facial features that they'd chosen for them. Yeah. More than anything, and trying to follow what was happening, but I wasn't paying that much attention to specifics.
And then we meet the Chumleys pretty much straight away.
Yeah, you hate them.
Well, it's another. We've had a lot of Hoover-based monsters, haven't we? We had the mechanoids, we had the grub thing from the Web Planet.
Yeah,
there was something else that was a Hoover, I'm sure.
Well,
I suppose Daleks.
Yeah.
So these are like, I don't have that big a problem with the Chumleys. Their sound effects and noise just really annoy me after a while.
See, they don't me. They really, like, for me, they're like small beehives, mini Dalek beehives, but nice. I would have one as a pet. Like, I would happily have a little Chumley around the house. Just like friendly little Chumley. Like, there you are.
But they don't, because they just bleep a lot of the time.
Oh, but they're not like not Edge of Destruction.
Web Planet bleeps.
They're not Web Planet bleeps.
No, but they're on the same track list for me.
Really?
Yeah, that.
No.
You can, I can hear, because I've heard the CD a lot, any soundtrack or sound effect, I can be like, that's from Galaxy 4. And I'm sure they use it again in some other stories, but that bleep, that sort of just really annoys me after a while.
It didn't happen as much because it was only when they were communicating to them. It's not like Web Planet where it was
like constant.
Well, like Web Planet, that was the only way they communicated to anything. I don't know. I didn't get as annoyed with them.
The other thing that
they were cute and they're like they were sweet. I'd have one as a pet. I genuinely it could just be with me.
You get that Vicky trait again where she's like, she names them Chumblies.
Does she?
And she says, she's like, they're Chumbly, they're chumbling along.
And they are.
And that's her pet thing again, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a very barren planet. It looks very cheap, this story. Yeah. And I think they've done that thing again where they've recorded this one at the end of the last season and kept it over. It's not a great season opener, though.
It's not like season 2.
No, it's not like Planet of the Giants. Planet, that was an interesting one. This, I feel like it's the cheap one at the end of a season, which I think it was. But it's not we had Dalek Invasion of Earth, Planet of the Giants, really kicking it off. This isn't a great start, I don't think.
No. It's weird. I'm not that bothered about Stephen yet.
Oh, no.
No. And
to be fair, he doesn't get to do very much in this.
No.
And I know from Peter Purves' very informative convention talks, his part was actually written for Barbara. And then, obviously, because they left, they just they crossed Barbara's name out and put Stephen in. I think it was an Ian and Barbara script.
This is a classic Barbara situation.
I think Barbara was supposed to be captured by the Dravins.
Yeah.
And you can and he's not, like Peter Purves has said, like, this is like not a very good script for Stephen. He wasn't really happy because it was just a left, because he's so new joining. They're like, oh, we've got to write this new character now. They're not thinking about Stephen as a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he doesn't get to do very much. He just gets stuck in that airlock.
That is you saying that. Yes, that is such a classic Barbara thing to happen. Her getting stuck in an airlock.
But can you imagine Barbara up against Marga? Barbara and Marga. How amazing like them together would be. Great to see. Barbara would not have any of it.
I prefer Stephen against Marga.
But then, Stephen smacks that Dravin. I know they're like clones and stuff, but still, like, he proper knocks her out.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get to do very much. Let's talk about the Dravins then.
Yeah. Is this Marga's girls?
The girls, yeah. 60, from the planet 1960s, basically.
Yeah.
Also known as Drava.
In my head, they're like, what are they called? The
Dravins.
They sound like the Dravins, and they're like some sort of 60s band.
Yeah, they are.
with their little booths.
Marga and the Dravins. Yeah, it is, isn't it? And it's like from the soundtrack, obviously we got that clip of part 1 with Marga being the leader, the villain of the piece.
Yeah.
Because she really is the only sort of character we have in this.
Oh, she's a bitch.
But when episode 3 was discovered, a lot of the talk, like the fan talk, was, oh, actually, she's really good. She's great. You actually get to see her. And those sort of monologues she does to the camera, you don't pick that up in the telesnaps. There's so much you lose from just those pictures. And then when she's there looking and doing her talk in episode 3, everyone was like, wow, she's great. And she's had a bit of a resurgence in popularity. I don't think anyone really talked about Galaxy 4 very much or thought much of it. But then actually she really does stand out as a great actress and a villain.
Yeah,
in this. She does great, doesn't she?
Yeah, you hate her. I hate her.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah. Sure, gosh, she was so annoying. Like, in like a I don't like you way. Not like you're annoying way. Like, oh God, you're great. Like, I was like, urgh.
You don't like, from what she's saying, from what she's doing, how she's treating everybody. Yeah. It's a great villain. And have we had a real villain woman?
No, not like in that
her.
Way.
Not in like a leader kind of way.
Not in a leader. Yeah. I mean, the closest probably is what's her name? The Poison Lady.
Poison Lady, or
not
Nero's
Poison
wife.
Lady.
Nero's wife.
No.
Cow's wife. No. Old mother. No. Who? I'm thinking of all the women that we've had.
No.
Edith. No.
Edith.
No. What evil women have we had?
There was the trial.
Kisa Mariners.
Yeah.
I can't remember
her name. In Kisa Mariners.
Yes, okay. We've forgotten her name.
Yeah.
Not Sabitha, the other one. Yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah.
She's probably. Forget her.
Yeah, I can't think. She's the first person. What? She's the first person that came to my mind.
We've got our Keys of Marinus reference in this episode. Every episode we've got to mention it.
That was like not even like intentional. But yeah, she's probably the only other one I can think of so far.
Yeah.
Because I was like, what a bitch to her. And this, I'm like, God, you're such a bitch.
Fear. The horror. The shuddering of a planet in its last moments of life. And then they die.
They were all written as men.
Oh, really?
And then the producer changed it to women. They would have been so different. If it was men, I just imagine them as like the those old guys in the Space Museum.
Yeah, I was
They're
just going to
equivalent of
say,
that, aren't they?
yeah.
All dressed the same hair, same.
And that speech as well would have been the same. Yeah. No, I think it works really well.
So it could have been so much worse, I think. But it really does add something to it.
Yeah,
it's a bit sort of superficial in a way, but I'm sure at the time it got publicity. And it's something different that we haven't had. And then we go on to the reels.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a strange one, the reels, because I think there was like one photo before this episode was found. No one really knew what they were. There's just this like one publicity photo of it, and I don't think there's a really clear apart from what you see in episode 3. That's all we sort of know of the reels, and because they're behind that blurry thing, they're a weird alien, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
But I think the problem with them was. And it goes with my problem with the Chumblies. It's a voice and it's a thing sort of jiggling around a little bit. There's no mouth, there's no expression. And there's quite a lot of episode 3. Vicky's talking and getting the explanation from him. She's just standing there listening. And as the viewer, you're just sitting there listening, watching a prop. There's no movement or anything. That's where it doesn't work for me.
I don't think I could have done a whole... like series of episodes. Yeah. I think this was enough, but it went quick enough. Like, yeah. No, I see what you mean. Though, again, it reminds me of hairdryers.
Wet Planet
hairdryers.
Where it's a thing. It comes down. It's a voice, and then it goes away, and it's just a voice that they interact with.
Except for these are good.
Yeah. The sets though. When you see the real spaceship, it's scaffolding. Scaffolding and perspex.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look like a spaceship. How's that going to take off? It's a scaffolding tent thing. But you said we had a sliding door.
We did. It was our first sliding door.
A sliding scaffold door.
Yeah.
If we're keeping track, is that a shot? That's your first shot of the season. down in one. Yeah, and then it just wraps. I mean, it's an edited version, so it wraps up quite quickly. But 4 episodes, I just feel like there's not enough story for 4 episodes.
No. But there was plenty for an hour.
Yeah.
So I can only go off what, because you're going off listening to it.
Yeah.
I'm going off what I've just seen now. That was fine.
Yeah.
And the CGI, however crappy it was, whatever, it was what it was. It was funny. But we were saying, the Chumblies look smaller in the CGI than they did on the film and stuff like that.
They did a little bit, yeah. When Vicky's standing next to them, I was like, oh yeah, they're actually quite big, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's because there's a person inside.
Yeah.
But I thought it was fine.
What were the highlights for you, if any?
If any. I didn't hate it. Yeah. The Chumblies. I really like them. I
can't believe you like the Chumblies.
They're just cute.
Oh, this is what you see. Yeah, I do not rate the Chumblies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like plodding along really cute. Even you. Now, come on. Even you said when there was that last Chumley at the end.
Okay, I was sad that Chumley got left behind. Yeah. They were like the one that was like escorted the Doctor and that back to the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And the real ship took off. And I was like, they've left that Chumley behind.
Yeah.
That's so unfair.
So even you had formed some form of an emotional attachment to a Chumley.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, and also, my big frustration with the whole Doctor Who monsters and, sci-fi things is the costumes can be crap. That's not a crap costume. No, don't give me that. That's not a crap costume, Mark.
It's not amazing, is it?
It's come on, it's no ant thing or like weird crap butterfly.
Yeah, I suppose.
And at least like there's no... It's not like other things where you can see the creases around the head coming off, considering it's a cheap episode. Like you said, it's a cheap episode. But actually, the costume-wise, it's decent. I think
maybe.
It is.
Okay, I'll give you that they move quite quickly. It could have been very painful to watch a really slow Chumley going from one end to they move. When they have to go and getting Stephen out the airlock and the Doctor's like, go. At least they do go.
Yeah.
I mean, Daleks go a bit slower than that.
Yeah.
Daleks can't even do that.
Yeah.
So, okay, I suppose that's a plus for them.
I think they're cool. I think out of all...
I don't know. I feel a bit... I feel a bit strange on this one. I felt like I was going to enjoy it more. And I did.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it.
And I really enjoyed Marga. She's my highlight.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought there'd be a bit more to it.
She's a good highlight, I think. Only from an acting point of view, she's a good highlight. I didn't. Yeah, I don't. Okay. I'd say this is a good 5.5, 6.
What do you think of the Doctor in this one?
He's all right. I've nothing.
There's nothing. Yeah, it's okay.
It's vanilla. It's vanilla.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's a good vanilla ice cream. It's not like Tesco value vanilla, but it's not like when you go and get a tub of Ben and Jerry's and you're like, bring it. It's just vanilla.
So would you, if they discovered the other episodes of this, would you want to watch it?
No. It was, my experience of this was nice. It was what it was. I'm glad that it was that.
Okay, well, if you're in your basement and you're hiding these Galaxy 4 episodes...
you can get them out if you want, but I ain't watching them.
I would say don't... Yeah, okay, let's just leave it there. I won't go on my rant again. We'll leave it. We've got plenty of other missing episode talk. Okay, if you got this, keep it.
It's yours. You can have your Marga.
I'd like to see it. I would like to see the whole thing, actually. It might change my mind. Because it's just those moments. It's just that Marga moment where... It just makes you think, what else are you missing out?
Yeah.
Just with these telesnaps. What other moments or movement? Because you can't tell that she's looking into the camera and the way that she's framed and the way that she's...
Maybe the first episode I wouldn't mind seeing. If I was to see one, maybe the first episode.
And also in that first episode, you don't really see it. It says on the soundtrack... Vicky's given Stephen a haircut at the beginning.
Really?
You notice that? You know, he's sitting in the chair. You can't really see it on the thing, but that's how it starts off on the soundtrack. Yeah, she's sitting there giving him a haircut. So I'd like to see that. Yeah. Basically.
So if I was, they can find the first one. Like if he's got that, or she, whoever you are, if you've got that, you can get the first one. That's fine. And I'm glad it was the third one.
It's
rather
so
than any of the
others.
others.
The third one that just happened,
But it was quite a good one because.
Well, you see, the Doctor didn't do very much in that one as much.
No.
You got to see the reels, though. I think that's why it's important.
And it was a good one in terms of movement and story. You got that speech.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. You got that Margaret.
You got
and
quite
you saw
a lot.
The Trumblies going fast.
Yeah.
And you saw the flashback of when the reels were explaining what happened.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had a flashback before. It's quite unusual for 60s.
Not like that. Not
to go back and to say this is what happened.
Normally they just say it.
Yeah.
And that was a really good flashback.
Yeah, it was.
Like, it was really good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't think there's much more to say about that one. I'm just really glad you did enjoy it. It's a good sign for the rest of this season.
Are they all like CGI and like
No,
movie?
we're going to go back to just telesnaps and soundtrack for some of them. So
are some of them just telesnaps? Don't tell me because I don't want to get it in my head.
This is quite unusual because there's not many official I'm trying to do all the official reconstructions that are available.
Yeah.
And then when they're not, we'll do the fan ones like we did the Crusade. This is just unusual that they've because they found that episode and they wanted to release it.
Yeah.
They've just done the rest of the story ready to go, and it's the best they can do without any telesnaps. It must be so difficult to put that together. So it was really well done.
I don't want to know about any of us, because I do think I've sort of put expecting a negative spin in my head.
But I feel like before I press play, I need to tell you what's about to happen.
Yeah, that's fine. I think before it starts, that's fine. But I think in my head now, I've sort of got this sort of overriding fear and doubt.
Polo basically has you've had a bad experience with Marco Polo, and it's not.
But now I've had 2 all right ones.
Yes, yeah.
So I've got to sort of get over that.
Yeah. And maybe one day they'll animate all of Galaxy 4. That might be quite fun to watch. Oh, that's our food.
Okay, well, that's a good place to finish.
Okay, we'll finish. I'll just say. So just really quickly. So at the end of Galaxy 4, they went back into the TARDIS and they looked up and Vicky said, "Oh, I wonder what's happening on that planet."
Yeah.
And then we saw a little bit of a fade into, and we saw this guy on the floor saying, "I must kill."
Yeah.
And you were like, "Why does everyone have to kill?"
Yeah. So why can't someone just go like foraging for, the answer on that? Oh, I'm just going to forage for some fruit. Oh, okay. Like, why can't that ever happen? Everyone's always killing and in battle.
So it's called Mission to the Unknown. So, Mike, I love asking this. What do you think's going to happen next?
I think there'll be some war, obviously, and some guy wants to kill someone. That's a guess. Maybe a same sort of point in time as this one, which is like the future.
Okay.
But I feel it'll be a similar sort of pattern.
Okay. There we are. Great. Really good. Cool. Well, that is a good start to the season. And we're looking forward to getting through this one.
Yeah. And there's our takeaway.
So we're going to go because there's food on its way. And Sarah really wants to get up and go and get food. So I'm going to say we'll see you next week. You can follow us on Twitter, ToWatchWho, and Instagram, ToWatchWho. And yeah, we'll see you next week for Mission to the Unknown. Bye.
Bye.
To watch who?
Eh? Doctor Who? What are you talking about?